Life is often a journey full of anticipation, hope, and longing. There are moments when we feel as though we are moving through molasses, and no matter how hard we push, the results we long for seem to evade us. We set goals, work tirelessly toward them, and yet the tangible evidence of our efforts appears delayed. In these moments, it is easy to fall into discouragement or frustration. We begin to question our path, doubt our abilities, and sometimes even question the very promises we hold in our hearts. The challenge is that human beings are naturally impatient. We desire instant results, immediate gratification, and visible progress. When our efforts do not yield immediate success, we often assume that something has gone wrong, that perhaps we are not worthy, or that the universe or God has abandoned us. Yet this perspective is rooted in a limited understanding of time, a human framework that cannot comprehend the intricate orchestration of a higher plan. Trusting God's timing requires a shift from our own perspective to a broader, more faithful understanding. It calls for an unwavering belief that God knows the exact moment for things to unfold, a belief that delay is not denial, and that every pause, every period of waiting, and every challenge is purposeful and preparatory. There is an inherent beauty in the divine order of life. What may appear slow or stagnant to our eyes is often a season of preparation, refinement, and growth. Every experience, every trial, every disappointment, and even every failure is part of a larger design that is beyond our comprehension. God's timing is perfect because it accounts for our readiness, our capacity to handle what is coming, and the alignment of circumstances that will allow for success, fulfillment, and impact. When we rush ahead, impatient for results, we may stumble or we may arrive before we are fully prepared to receive what has been promised. But when we wait, trust, and remain faithful, we allow God to position us exactly where we need to be for the breakthrough that has been planned for us long before we even set foot on this journey. One of the most challenging aspects of trusting God's timing is the tension between effort and patience. Life requires action, initiative, and persistence. God does not call us to passive waiting. He calls us to active faith. We must work, learn, grow, and persevere. Yet, we must simultaneously accept that the outcomes are not fully in our control. This duality between diligent effort and patient surrender is where faith is tested and refined. It is where character is built, resilience is strengthened, and preparation takes place. Every delay is not a denial of our dreams, but a deliberate pause to ensure that when the opportunity arrives, we are ready to maximize it fully. Consider the lives of many individuals whose stories demonstrate this principle. In history, business, or personal testimonies of faith, we often see people who experienced years of waiting, struggle, and apparent stagnation before a breakthrough. Many great leaders, innovators, and spiritual figures faced rejection, setbacks, and delays, yet their persistence, faith, and trust in the timing of God eventually led to remarkable success. These stories remind us that waiting does not equate to failure. On the contrary, waiting can be the most critical and transformative phase of the journey. It is a time when skills are honed, perspectives are deepened, and the character necessary to handle success is cultivated. Scripture repeatedly emphasizes the importance of trusting God's timing. In Ecclesiastes, it is written that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. This timeless wisdom reminds us that life is governed by cycles, rhythms, and divine seasons that transcend our limited understanding. There is a perfect moment for every event, relationship, opportunity, and blessing. Our task is not to force these events into our preferred timeline, but to align ourselves with the divine rhythm, to prepare diligently, and to cultivate patience, faith, and trust. Even when circumstances seem stagnant, God is orchestrating events, influencing hearts, and arranging opportunities behind the scenes in ways that we cannot see or fully comprehend. Trusting God's timing also requires letting go of the need to control every outcome. Human beings are wired to seek certainty, to plan, and to predict. Yet life often reminds us that despite our best laid plans, control is limited. Opportunities may arrive unexpectedly, doors may open in unanticipated ways, and blessings may come from directions we never imagined. Trusting God's timing is about embracing uncertainty with confidence that a higher wisdom is guiding the process. It is about relinquishing the stress, anxiety, and self-doubt that emerge when we try to force outcomes ahead of their appointed time. When we surrender control, we open ourselves to possibilities that surpass our imagination. The lessons we learn during periods of waiting are invaluable. Waiting cultivates humility, patience, and perseverance. It teaches us to rely not solely on our strength, intelligence, or resources, but on the divine guidance that shapes our journey. The moments of uncertainty, doubt, and challenge serve as refining fires, molding us into individuals capable of receiving and managing the blessings we are anticipating. Without the preparation that comes from these seasons, we might arrive at our breakthrough unready, ungrounded, or unable to fully appreciate the gift we have been given. Delays are not detours, they are essential parts of the roadmap to our destiny. Many times, people misinterpret waiting as punishment or as a sign of inadequacy. They compare themselves to others, seeing peers achieve success faster, and fall into the trap of envy or self-criticism. This comparison is destructive because it ignores the uniqueness of each individual's journey. God's timing is not universal. It is tailored to each person's needs, readiness, and life plan. Your path is distinct, and your timing is designed specifically for you. What may seem like a delay is, in reality, the perfect alignment of circumstances to bring your dreams to fruition in the most effective, impactful way possible. Faith plays a critical role in this process. Trust is not passive. It is an active choice to believe in God's plan despite the absence of visible evidence. Faith is choosing to persevere when results are delayed, to remain patient when hope seems distant, and to continue preparing diligently even when the outcome is not yet apparent. It is about seeing beyond the immediate, trusting in the unseen, and believing that the invisible work being done today is laying the foundation for tomorrow's triumph. Trusting God's timing requires a mindset shift from instant gratification to long-term vision, from frustration to faith, and from anxiety to confidence in divine orchestration. Every delay, every challenge, and every period of waiting is an opportunity to grow, refine, and prepare. It is a chance to strengthen character, develop resilience, and deepen our understanding of the journey. It is an opportunity to cultivate gratitude for the lessons we are learning and the progress we are making, even if it is invisible. Life's pauses are not empty, they are filled with purpose. They are the silent workspaces where potential is nurtured, skills are sharpened, and readiness is developed. To trust in God's timing is to recognize and embrace the sacredness of these moments. Imagine a gardener planting seeds. The gardener can water them, provide sunlight, and nurture the soil, but the seeds do not sprout instantly. Growth occurs beneath the surface, hidden from view. The roots are forming, strengthening and anchoring the plant, preparing it for the day it will break through the soil and flourish. If the gardener becomes impatient and digs up the seeds to check progress, the plant may be harmed and growth may be stunted. Similarly, our lives require patience, trust, and belief that the unseen work happening now is essential to our eventual flourishing. God's timing ensures that everything comes forth at the right moment, fully prepared to thrive. There are also lessons in the timing of relationships, opportunities, and breakthroughs. Often, the right people, the right mentors, and the right opportunities arrive at the exact moment we are ready to benefit from them. If they come too early, we may not appreciate them or may fail to use them effectively. If they come too late, we may have endured unnecessary hardship. The precision of timing is not accidental. It is a testament to the careful orchestration of God's plan. Learning to trust this timing means learning to recognize that delays are protective, preparatory, and purposeful. In conclusion, life's apparent delays and slow progress are not signs of inadequacy, failure, or abandonment. They are integral parts of a process that is far greater than our immediate understanding. Trusting God's timing is about faith, patience, and preparation. It is about believing that every season of waiting, every challenge, and every trial is positioning us for a breakthrough that is perfectly aligned with our readiness, potential, and purpose. When we embrace this truth, we can walk through life with confidence, hope, and unwavering trust, knowing that the right moment is approaching and that we are closer than we think to the fulfillment of our dreams. We are invited to surrender control, release anxiety, and align our actions with patience and faith, trusting that God's timing is always perfect, even when ours is not. By understanding this, we find peace in the waiting, strength in the preparation, and clarity in the journey. Every delay becomes a divine setup, every challenge a lesson, and every moment of patience a step closer to the fulfillment of the promise. God's timing is perfect, and when we trust it, we discover that the life we have been longing for is unfolding exactly as it should, and that we are indeed closer than we think to the blessings, success, and fulfillment that await us. Life often feels like a journey filled with uncertainty and invisible motion. We work tirelessly, invest our time and energy, and pursue our goals with dedication. Yet there are moments when it feels as though nothing is happening. We plant seeds of effort, but we do not immediately see the sprouts. We pour our hearts into learning, growth, and preparation, but the results remain hidden. This period of apparent stillness can be frustrating, discouraging, and at times even disheartening. However, just because we cannot see the progress does not mean that progress is not occurring. Often, the most significant transformations happen behind the scenes, quietly, gradually, and without fanfare. It is during these unseen seasons that the groundwork for breakthroughs is laid. Foundations for success are strengthened, and the skills, resilience, and character necessary for achievement are meticulously developed. Every step, no matter how small, is a step forward. Every effort, no matter how unnoticed, is moving you closer to your goal. Life has a way of masking the results of our labor, but this invisibility does not diminish the value of the work being done. Learning, growing, and preparing are processes that often occur beyond immediate visibility. Like the roots of a tree, growth may be hidden beneath the surface, but it is essential for the strength, stability, and fruitfulness of what is yet to come. The roots spread, absorb nutrients, and fortify the tree against storms and droughts long before the first leaves appear. Similarly, the challenges we face, the lessons we learn, and the small victories we accumulate are preparing us for the moment when our efforts will bear visible fruit. Every challenge, trial, and obstacle is positioning us closer to our breakthrough. Life's difficulties are not merely roadblocks or random hardships. They are intentional experiences that shape us, strengthen us, and teach us resilience. Each struggle provides an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. When we face disappointment, rejection, or failure, we are refining our strategies, building our character, and learning how to navigate the journey toward our goals more effectively. These unseen moments of progress may feel slow or even invisible, but they are profoundly significant. They are the invisible threads weaving together the tapestry of our eventual success. Trusting the process is key. Just because immediate results are not visible does not mean that your efforts are wasted. The work you are doing today, the perseverance you are exhibiting, and the lessons you are absorbing are all contributing to a larger purpose. Sometimes the results will be delayed because preparation is required. Sometimes the timing must align perfectly with circumstances, opportunities, or the readiness of others involved. Trusting God's timing means understanding that the unfolding of your life is happening in a carefully orchestrated sequence, and that the progress being made, though invisible, is real and meaningful. Faith plays a crucial role in this invisible progress. Faith allows us to believe in outcomes that we cannot yet see. Faith is the trust that our consistent effort, resilience, and learning are not in vain. It is the confidence that every experience, whether joyful or painful, is contributing to the shaping of a life that is prepared to receive what is meant for us. Faith keeps us moving forward when circumstances tempt us to stop, giving us the strength to continue even when evidence of progress is absent. By exercising faith, we affirm that growth and preparation are taking place, even if the results are hidden from our eyes. Consider the analogy of a seed. When a farmer plants a seed, he does not immediately see the plant growing. Beneath the soil, unseen by the human eye, the seed is germinating, sending down roots and preparing to break through the surface. The farmer may water the seed daily, provide sunlight, and protect it from harsh conditions, but the process remains hidden until the time is right for the seed to sprout. Our efforts, much like the seed, are often invisible in the early stages. The preparation, learning, and growth that occur in the background are critical for the moment when our goals and dreams begin to manifest visibly. Patience is essential during this process, as the hidden work is foundational to the durability, strength, and success of the outcome. Life is full of examples where invisible progress leads to visible breakthroughs. Many successful people experienced years of effort and preparation without any apparent results. They studied, practiced, and refined their craft while facing obstacles, doubts, and setbacks. To the outside world, it may have appeared as though nothing was happening. However, these individuals were quietly accumulating experience, skill, and wisdom. Their perseverance during unseen periods of growth eventually led to moments of achievement, recognition, and impact. These stories remind us that visible results are often the culmination of a long process of invisible progress, and that patience, persistence, and trust are essential components of success. Invisible progress is also evident in personal development. Emotional growth, mental resilience, and spiritual maturity often occur in ways that are not immediately noticeable. Facing challenges builds patience and fortitude. Learning from failures cultivates wisdom and discernment. Practicing discipline strengthens character. These developments, though subtle, are transformative. They equip us to handle greater responsibilities, navigate complex situations, and fully embrace opportunities when they arise. The growth may be invisible in the moment, but it is profound in its impact on our future. Small steps are powerful, even when they seem insignificant. Every act of consistency, every effort made with intention, every lesson learned contributes to cumulative progress. Progress does not always happen in dramatic leaps. More often, it is incremental, gradual, and almost imperceptible. These small steps, compounded over time, result in significant change. Each day, each action, and each decision builds upon the previous one, creating momentum that eventually becomes unstoppable. Trusting the process involves recognizing the value of these small, unseen steps and having the patience to continue despite the lack of immediate evidence. Challenges and obstacles are not just barriers, they are catalysts for growth. Life has a way of testing our patience, resolve, and determination during periods of invisible progress. When faced with difficulties, we have the opportunity to refine our approach, learn new strategies, and cultivate resilience. Each challenge strengthens us and prepares us for the next phase of our journey. The difficulties we endure today are often the very factors that equip us to handle success tomorrow. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, we transform obstacles into stepping stones toward our goals. Trusting God's timing means recognizing that our progress is part of a larger design. Just because we cannot see immediate results does not mean that nothing is happening. There are forces at work, orchestrating events, circumstances, and opportunities in ways that we cannot fully comprehend. Our preparation, growth, and learning are aligned with this divine timing. The invisible progress that occurs today is laying the foundation for visible success tomorrow. By trusting this process, we develop patience, resilience, and confidence in the journey. Gratitude is essential during periods of invisible progress. Recognizing and appreciating the lessons, growth, and preparation occurring behind the scenes shifts our perspective from frustration to hope. Gratitude allows us to see value in the unseen work, acknowledging that every effort contributes to our eventual success. By focusing on the progress that is happening rather than what is not yet visible, we cultivate a mindset of positivity, faith, and perseverance. Gratitude transforms waiting into preparation and patience into strength. It is also important to avoid comparing our progress to others. Everyone's journey is unique, and visible results can be misleading. Some may achieve success quickly, while others experience longer periods of preparation. Comparing ourselves to others can lead to unnecessary doubt, envy, and discouragement. Instead, focusing on our own growth, learning, and effort allows us to stay aligned with our path and trust in the progress occurring behind the scenes. Patience and faith in our personal journey are essential to realizing the full potential of our efforts. Progress may be invisible, but it is measurable in ways that are not immediately apparent. Increased knowledge, enhanced skills, strengthened relationships, and improved character are all forms of progress that may not show externally but have profound long-term impact. By recognizing and valuing these forms of progress, we cultivate confidence in the unseen work of life. These internal developments prepare us to seize opportunities, overcome challenges, and achieve lasting success when the visible manifestations of our efforts finally appear. Persistence is critical during periods of invisible progress. Continuing to work diligently, learn consistently, and grow intentionally ensures that when the moment of breakthrough arrives, we are ready to embrace it fully. Stopping prematurely, giving up, or losing faith can undermine the cumulative effect of our efforts. Persistence, combined with patience and trust in divine timing, guarantees that progress, though unseen, will eventually translate into tangible results. In conclusion, just because we cannot see results today does not mean that nothing is happening. Life's most significant transformations often occur behind the scenes through growth, learning, and preparation. Every small step, every challenge, and every effort contributes to our progress, positioning us closer to our breakthroughs than we realize. Trusting God's timing allows us to have faith in the unseen work of life, knowing that what is meant for us is coming. By cultivating patience, gratitude, persistence, and faith, we align ourselves with the process of invisible progress and prepare to fully embrace the success, fulfillment, and impact that awaits us. Progress is happening even when it is not visible, and we are closer than we think to the realization of our dreams, the achievement of our goals, and the fulfillment of our purpose.